Hello, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for December 5th to the 12th, 2025. And if you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome. I'm grateful you're here, adding your energy to mine so we can co-create this reading of the week together for our good as individuals and as a collective human family. And with that, let's close our eyes and set the intention for this week's reading. Taking 3 nice deep breaths. Bringing our energy into sync across time and space. And with that third exhale, I invite you to imagine a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going down deep into Mother Earth and grounding you here and now in this present moment, knowing that this tree root is not only anchoring you and grounding you and allowing you to be fully here now, but it is also a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I am here with all of your children now and in the future, about to do the reading of the week for December 5th to the 12th, 2025. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, in service of our personal and our collective and highest and greatest good. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal heart and mind and our collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in this window that we have together here today. I'd like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us across time and space, creating a sacred bubble, container, globe of light, holding all of us within it. A light, a gathering of light, of love, of wisdom, of healing, of transformation, of insight and peace. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming and for caring for us so beautifully. We set the tone for ease and for clarity, for upliftment, for joy, all those good things. And anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. And thank you to the Spirit of Heart's Home for holding me as I do these readings. Okay, here we go. What do we need to know this week, Creator? This week of December 5th to the 12th, 2025, for our personal and our collective highest and greatest good, as we navigate the energies of these times of transformation, of change, of possibility, of upliftment. Help us to make the best use of this energy as individuals and as a collective as we grow together. What do we need to know, Creator, this week in service to our highest and greatest good and our highest offering to life, please? Okay, so we're starting with the card of abundance. Lovely, lovely card. Very, very full. That's the energy of abundance. It's not just about money. It's about everything that makes life good. All those aspects that make us feel full and rich and satisfied and comforted and complete. So this energy is sitting in the energy of the past. It's information from our past that's relevant to us now. And why is this important? Well, I hope we've all have experienced this kind of energy in our field, this kind of comfort and well-being and fullness. Because when we know it through our experience, we're far more able to anchor it in the world now. And that's what this card is telling us, is that we need this energy of appreciation, of gratitude for all the blessings in our lives and everything that has come before us to this point and brought us to this now moment. This is important right here, right now, in our present and going forward. So this beautiful energy of abundance, remembering how blessed we are, and that's the beauty of a gratitude practice. When we are grateful, when we stop and we express our gratitude for the blessings in our lives and we start to count those blessings, we realize just how fortunate we are. And when we get into that beautiful energy of good fortune and abundance, the universe says to us, wow, you like that? Let me send you some more to be grateful for, to feel full around and abundant about. So this is important this week, cultivating this energy of gratitude and appreciation and abundance and existing from this place, looking into our lives at all the blessings, even maybe if we haven't seen them as blessings up till now, allowing ourselves to have fresh perspective so we can see things with new eyes. And from that fresh perspective, pull in more good things for our good and the good of all those around us and the good of this beautiful planet. We're not here to suffer, I think is ultimately what we need to realize. We're here to experience. And I suppose it depends on who we are and what we're choosing. But this isn't about it being hard or difficult unless we want it to be. And that's an interesting thing to distinguish about ourselves. What are we choosing? And why are we choosing it? And what are we calling in? And why are we calling it in? Is it our expectation? Is it our blueprint? Is it where we come from? Is it what we've been told? Things that we've taken on that we don't necessarily want or desire or feel in alignment with, but somehow they become part of our blueprint, and we can start to let those go. It's part of the magic of the time that we're living in. It's a powerful time of releasing what no longer serves us and getting clean and clear, not being so attached, relaxing a little bit, softening a little bit, and allowing things to flow with more ease and grace. Present card, we have another pentacle. This time it's the king, the majestic king. So, like I said, pentacles, it's about everything that makes it a delight to be in human form. Family, community, good food, nature. It can do with money. It can do with business. It relates to all of the stuff of materiality and life. And the king is here in our present. And the king is that masculine quality of this suit, of this element, of the earth element. And it's practical. It's not complicated. It's like, this is good. I'm enjoying it. What a good tool. It is satisfying to use it. Yes, it's not complicated. It's easy. It's beautiful. And there's a directness to it, which is so, so good. So this energy of pentacles that we're seeing, this abundance, this grace, this well-being, this prosperity, this comfort, and the simplicity of just being here now and appreciating it and being in gratitude for it, knowing that this is how we pull things. When we become resonant with something, we pull it into our experience. So we can practice this. We can play with this a little bit and become more adept at pulling in what it is that we want by giving it our attention and our energy. And as I said, gratitude practice, it's the best way to begin this sort of experimentation of mastery. We get into the frequency of gratitude and appreciation, and we're met by life there. It's very high frequency, that gratitude and appreciation. It's very close to that energy of love. And so it's when we go there, we're doing good things for our field and the field of those around us. In the near future, we have the card, the Four of Swords. The card is seclusion. So this is this choice to step away from the distraction of the outer world, to go inward, to be peaceful, to be calm, to be grounded, to be centered, to, again, this idea we're coming from this energy of pleasure, of groundedness, of the satisfaction of the body and caring for the body. I think that's one of the things we get so wrong. Okay, there's my judgment around being in bodies is it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be difficult. We have these stories that run in our culture about suffering, and it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. We can be here now in this, right here in this now moment. And sure, I don't have $1 million or a fancy boat or a fancy car or whatever, but I have my life. And I have my relationships, and I have the beauty of my experience right here, right now. We all have that. We have these beautiful bodies that we get to experience reality through. So just coming back to this energy of appreciation. And when we pause and we give ourselves an opportunity to be still and to nourish this through our attention to it, we cultivate a bigger field of it in our own experience and that of the collective human family. So it's never wasted when we as individuals spend time in meditation, contemplation, gratitude practice, enjoyment, savoring the good of life and blessing it, because it adds to the human field, our collective human field. And right now, let's face it, we could really use a lot more of that good energy in service to more life, more beauty, more unfolding. So this card here sitting in the near future is this energy of taking a pause, of being deliberate and creating some space so that we can take care of ourselves. We can create some space around us to be away from the distractions of life so that we can focus on what is important to us and to the greater continuum of life. The foundation card, we have the card of craftsmanship. Again, another pentacle. So it's so interesting. We have so much of this beautiful earth energy this week. And here, the Eight of Pentacles, craftsmanship. I really like this card because it's not about getting it all done in one day. It's about understanding and appreciating that anything worth having is worth doing, and it takes time. And every day when we show up, and we do a little bit every day with our heart present, with our intentions whole, we become better and better at it, whatever it might be, whether that's playing an instrument or building a business or relating to others with kindness and respect and humor and compassion. All of these things, this energy of craftsmanship, being willing to show up every day and become the better version of ourselves. Craftsmanship is ultimately applied to us as individuals in our journey of mastery here while we're on the planet. How do we become more than we were? Well, a little bit of daily effort. We don't get there all at once. We never get it done. That's the amazing thing about life and this expanding experience of desire and following the yes and being led by our yes into moreness. This beautiful, natural, native state of humanity, of wanting more, of to being more. And it's just sometimes what are we focused on? And coming back to maybe what are the core important aspects for us? What does that abundance look like for us? Because we're all different. We all have different needs and desires. Otherwise, we would all be doing the same thing, and that would be crazy. We're all unique individuals having this amazing human experience here on the planet together at this time. And by applying this is the foundation card this week, by being in craftsmanship, by being deliberate about how we're doing life, how we're doing ourselves, what are we choosing, where are we putting our attention, our energy, and our focus, we change the outcome. We change what we pull in. Like I was saying before about where our attention goes is what we pull into us. When we're grateful and appreciative, life sends us more to be grateful for. If we're in other states of consciousness, well, that might explain a certain experiences we might be having. So focusing on the good, being disciplined about where our attention and our energy is going, and every day showing up a little bit more. And that's why, again, a gratitude practice, just as an example, is such a powerful thing to adopt in our lives. Closing our day with 3 to 5 things we're grateful for, just as we're closing our eyes. That sets the tone for peace and ease. We go into gratitude before we drop off to sleep. And that's a very resilient state for our bodies to regenerate and replenish in. And then if we wake up in the morning and we just take a moment to be grateful for our bed, our comfortable home, the day ahead of us, meaningful work, connection with wonderful people, and just project that gratitude into our day. Then we set the tone for something completely different than if we start the day randomly without considering it. So this idea of craftsmanship, it connects with the idea of mastery. And this is part of what the king and the queens represent. They represent maturation of their suit. They understand their elements so well. They make good things happen, not only in their own experience, but that of those around them. It's more that quality of the win-win-win. And that comes from being intentional and deliberate and conscious and present and holding that intention in our hearts as we move through life. So this week, we have this energy of abundance and letting that inform our gratitude and appreciation for the abundance of our lives and where we've come from and all the difficult things we've lived through, all the good things we lived through, and how it's brought us to this now moment. Through our appreciation for that generosity of life, we come into this present now moment and with more mastery, more intentional, practical. Yes, enjoy this life, savor it. It's here to be enjoyed and savored. And this near future, just, cutting down the distractions of life, being deliberate about where are we putting our attention and our focus so that we create from this magnificence something positive and wonderful, not and give our attention to what is nourishing and good for us and for the rest of the world. And then this idea of building, showing up every day, saying yes to your yes every day, just allowing oneself to become more through one's choices every day. And it may be that we need to simplify with this card, just like letting things go that don't serve us so we're able to focus on what's really important. So I think this is a pretty positive reading this week, this lovely earth energy, savoring the experience of being in these amazing human bodies. And what does it mean to add unto the experience of life? How can we lessen the distraction from the things that aren't as nourishing and not as supportive, and focus on what is good and nourishing and supportive so we stay strong and that we emanate that strength and that resilience and that beauty out into the world around us so that others can find their way to their own energy and resilience and beauty. That looks pretty good. Shall we pull the card to grow on? And so, Creator, as we move out into this week, what is our card to grow on? What would be the most useful and helpful distinctions that we could bring forward with us this week in service to our mastery, in service to our presence and witnessing and experiencing of this amazing human life that we have, this beautiful planet and all life on it? How do we reduce the distractions in our outer world so we can foster a rich inner world in service to ourselves and others and this beautiful world of which we're all part? So what's our card to grow on, please, this week? Oh, we got the devil. Yes. So the devil. The devil would like us to believe that reality is all there is, that there isn't anything else. Don't go any further. Don't question. Don't push any limits. Stay small. Tell yourself stories that keep you small. Don't believe in the connection of humanity. Don't believe in gratitude and appreciation. Don't go any of those places. Keep it small. And it's all about the stories we tell ourselves and that our culture tells us that keeps us limited and small, not resilient, not expanded. That's what the energy of the devil is all about. And often in other decks, the devil is portrayed as a mask with an angel peeping out from behind it, which tells us that it's all for us. Even the weird, wonky, strange, limiting things are there to teach us something. They're here to help us expand and become more than we were. The contrast is always in service to our good, into our greater awareness, our greater becoming. We know who we are when we know what we don't want. We know what we prefer when we go through things that were difficult. We gain so much when we go through the things that maybe we perceived limited us before, and now we push through it, and it's miraculous. But this card of limitation is our card this week. Where are we believing in limitation, within and without? Looking out into our world, looking in our own experience, what stories are we telling ourselves that are keeping us small, not strong, not resilient, not stretching, not reaching, not becoming all that we're here to be? No matter how old we are, we're here to grow. We never get it done. When we finish this incarnation, I don't really know what's beyond, but I do believe that we go on and our desires go on. And so as we live through this life, it's important to keep desiring, to keep wanting, to keep growing, to keep expanding, to keep lining up with that yes and discovering the yes and going towards that yes, so that we are continually drawing more life through us into the world in wonderful ways. Because that's what life is about. It's about calling life through us and living richly and fully and broadly and well in this now moment. So the devil card, where are we limited? What stories are we telling ourselves? And how do we shift out of it? How do we become powerful? We can have gratitude and appreciation for these stories. Thank you. Perhaps you kept me safe at one point, and now it's time for you to go. Thank you for keeping me safe in those times of my experience, and now I'm going to expand a little more. I'm going to see a little further. I'm going to go a little farther. I'm going to become more of who I am here to be. And I'm going to be bold and brave, and I'm going to share my light a little more in service to my good so that I can thrive and feel good about who I am, and I can share that brilliance with the world. It's waiting for it, because we're all here. We're all here in service to more light. So don't believe the limitations. Don't believe the stories. And if you're numbing out somehow, maybe ask yourself why. Why would you be choosing to numb out? And we numb out in various ways. We distract ourselves. We take up addictions. We take up behaviors that aren't serving us. We do it in various ways. It's a very normal human thing. But getting curious and just wondering, it's a softer place to be. And it might provide some insights and information, things that we can use to move our lives forward so that we're no longer limited. We're no longer believing in the limitation, and we are actually adding onto all the magnificence that's waiting for us to add our energy into. And so with that, we'll say goodbye to the Devil card and wrap up this week's reading. I invite you to close your eyes and let's take a nice deep breath, bringing the information and the wisdom from this reading into our field, and letting go of what no longer serves us, knowing that we will make perfect use of this information in service to our light and the light of the world, for our good and the good of all. Thank you, Creator, for all those who walk with us daily, who support us in showing up in the world in magnificent ways. I'm so grateful to all the help, both in human form and beyond, that we have access to. And I just thank all those who are helping us to rise and shine and be all that we can be, so that we can be in service to more life. And I'm grateful for you for joining me here and adding your energy to mine so we can co-create these readings together in service to our light and the continued unfolding of the good of humanity on the planet. I hope that you have a magnificent week. And I guess I'll be coming up with a solstice reading in a little bit, because we have that coming up. And if you'd like a reading of your very own with me, I do online readings. The information is below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. We're not going to set the world on fire here on this channel, but it's lovely to know that you're there and that you appreciate these recordings. And so your comments and your participation around the channel is really great for me, and I appreciate that. So thank you to all of you who've been sharing your words and your encouragement. I much appreciate you. I will look forward to seeing you next week. Have a fabulous time being all that you can be, savoring this beautiful life in human form, turning down the distractions, going within to an appropriate amount, and questioning the devil, questioning the limitations, questioning the doubt and all the stories that are keeping us from being the magnificent, tremendous beings that we already are. Take good care, and bye for now.